and welcome to your weekly all signs reading, which is about a day late. But good reasoning. I took a nap yesterday, and that's my reason for not going live was um I knew that I was really tired yesterday. And I hate doing readings when I know that I am like mentally exhausted. And I was pretty exhausted from the week that I had had. And yeah, I just didn't think that that was fair to you guys for me to do a live that I probably wasn't. Hey, Brandy sis. Hi, Michigan Gem. I do feel better. It was just, I was kind of on autopilot all week. And then when it came down to like doing my stream, I was just really exhausted. And I didn't want to do, I hate doing like half-ass readings, you guys. It's really like, I don't know, it's yucky energy to me. It's not a good reading. It's not a good time. So instead of like going live and being like, oh, I'm just gonna, wing it and all that, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to wait and I will do a far better reading tomorrow. So I went ahead and did that. And it happens sometimes where we just need, a little bit more sleep or a little bit more of something. And sometimes live streams don't get to happen when we anticipate them. I rarely reschedule my live stream like a whole day. Sometimes it'll be like a couple hours or something if I have to reschedule it because I'm on another panel or that panel ran late or I'm catching somebody else's premiere or something and I don't want to miss it. And sometimes I'll move my stream forward or backwards, usually about 30 minutes, an hour or something like that. But it's been a kind of an interesting situation figuring out when to really do this stream. Because it used to be that I did Monday evenings. And then in order for Fluff to be present, it was more, um, it was easier for me to do it on Sunday nights because he only ever works until about 5:30 on Sundays. And so for me to do him about 7:30, let him come home and acclimate to being at home, and then I could do the live stream. And it guaranteed me having a moderator in the chat and all kinds of stuff. Not that I don't have a bunch of mods that are amazing. I just wanted to make sure that, like, I could literally lean over and be like, hey, take care of this. It's pissing me off. And he would be able to do that. And with, I'd have to stop. If it was just moderators in the chat, I'd have to stop and tell you guys, like, hey, take care of this shit. But when with him, I can just like literally mute my mic and be like, that's a problem. And it doesn't happen very often, as you guys know. We usually have really decent people come in. But there are times where it's like, keep an eye on that person and don't think that I don't notice it. I notice when the troublemakers are coming in. I notice when people are spying. I notice when people are up to no good. I know. I watch. I have a third eye, remember? So I know stank energy when I see it. And I know what's going on sometimes. I may not know all the details, but I know. And if you come in and you start shit and yada, 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 I have to take care of it. And I'm not going to take care of it in the sense of like, I'm going to call you out or anything like that, unless like you're just some little bot or whatever, and then I'll make a joke about it. But when people come in and they're being deliberate with their intentions or trying to show off or anything like that, don't think that I don't notice in my chat. I really do go back and I do review my chats and uh, Michigan Gems, you're fine, hun. But I do notice it, and like I said, my channel is for everybody. There's no real like, you're not allowed or anything unless you're deliberately nasty, like and mean. Then I mean, I can't really have that around because that doesn't make it fun for everybody. I mean, it's fun to troll a troll, but you know, you know what I mean. Hopefully that comes across. But Yeah, I've noticed, and like I said, I put out a post yesterday where I mentioned, I do know that there's drama afoot in a lot of YouTube community channels and stuff like that, and I look at it like this: you're all adults on YouTube. At least most of you should be. You should at least, well, the ones that I really mingle with, they're adults, and you can handle your own problems. Like you don't, I don't need to know your issues. I don't need to dig through your dirty laundry basket, and I personally don't want to. So if you have some issues going on, like that's on you. And that's what I tell a lot of people when they try to bring it to me is like, that's really on you. And I wish you the best. I send you positive energy and everything, and I hope that the situation relieves itself, that has at least an outcome that is one that can be learned from. But I don't want my streams to ever be a place where somebody has to be afraid to show themselves or be present in them or anything like that, because this is information and advice for people to have, to help them, to give them insight, and that's not I'm not trying to be part of the cool kids club at all. It's not my vibe, I don't give a shit. What I do is a gift for others, not for myself. So I try to do readings that help people, excel in their daily lives. Hey Chad bro, how you doing? So if you ever feel afraid to type in the chat or anything like that, like I don't want people to feel that way. I don't want people to feel intimidated in any sense. And I notice a lot of times I will get messages of people being like, I would type more, but or I would chat, but there's people, like they'll say it like that, there's people. And I'm like, well, I can't help you if you don't tell me what's really going on. But at the same time, I don't really want to get involved in anybody's drama either. So I just kind of say, if there is anything that's, hey, Kill Hut, bro, how's it going? Good to see you. um I always tell them, if somebody's really harassing you or anything like that, I will keep my eye on things. I will make sure that it is noticed, and if it happens to be a moderator that's causing problems, I will come to my moderators and I will tell them, like, look, you have a problem with this person, I don't. If that is going to be a hindrance in you being a moderator in my chat, which is almost like a job, like you're supposed to be there to make sure that the trolls and the hate stay away, not to be encouraging it. So if that ends up being an issue, then I have to kind of like take wrenches away. And it's really not that I don't want these people in my life still or anything like that, but it's just, in many regards, being a moderator is a privilege, and it's not a right, it's a privilege. Just because we're friends doesn't automatically mean you get to be a little smurf running around. But it is definitely something that I try to give to people that understand the integrity of what I like in my chats. And I also try to carry that over when I'm a moderator for others, is, not letting anybody diss that channel, because, we're kind of remember what street teams were? Like when a band was performing in town and you wore the shirts and you passed out the stickers and you promoted them. That's how I see moderators, is like, you're supposed to clear the air. You're supposed to keep things clean. You're supposed to keep that shit away. You're not supposed to promote it. So, I don't do hate streams. I don't believe in them. I'm very discouraged by them. So if I see a channel hosting a hate stream, I'll tell them, like, I know you got drama going on, and um yes, you've been promoted. I don't like drama, and I understand you have some going on, and blah blah blah, and there might come a point where I remove a wrench for that reason until your drama clears. I mean, that's being reasonable, right? It's just I have to do what's in best interest for me and my channel. And so that's where that kind of post came, where I couldn't really go live until I made sure that I had gone through my moderator list and spoke to people that I had any real issue, in any sense. Not like I have an issue with you, but just issues that might be a hindrance to things, and reached out to them. And Some people didn't respond back, and that's fine. But it let me kind of know, like, okay, hey, you do you, I do me. And so that's what I kind of had to do. I have to run my channel, just like anybody else. It's kind of a business, you invest into it and stuff like that. And I put a lot of time and, a lot of money into these decks and a lot of consideration. I have a very busy schedule. So for me, it's like, I got to make sure that what I'm producing out there for my audience, because it's not just, other YouTubers that I do this for. I do this for, what's the population of the world? Like 7.24 billion. I mean, come on, like it's a lot more broad than, the couple hundred, right? So I have to be in consideration for everybody that may be viewing and things like that. So that's kind of where that all came from. Okay, so love and light and all that wonderful jazz, right? Well, life isn't always love and light, but we try to put it out there as much as we can, right? So that's enough tea for today. That's enough. Not that shit goes without saying, right? Or at least it should. But, you didn't come here for that. You came here for some tarot and maybe a little tea, and that's what we call that part. That's the tea part. So the channel updates. I still have to do the voiceover for the Pisces reading. I haven't had a second to do that, and I will do that today. I will be taking care of that after this, and then that video will be out, and then I'm gonna start filming the bonus readings starting today. So I will do 3 today, and I will go probably tomorrow. I will do more. I'll probably do 6 more signs, and then get that all caught up. I have the Hocus Pocus tarot deck unboxing and walkthrough coming up. We're getting into the Halloween season, so I have so many Halloween decks that I'm going to be utilizing on the channel. September 1st, I will be releasing all 12 signs of the zodiac for your September reading on the 1st. That is when they will all be released. It was too chaotic to try to do it in batches. I thought it would be easier. It wasn't. So I'm going to do all 12 signs. Those will be all uploaded and ready to go by the 1st. So be looking out for that. The mid-month readings will all happen around the 15th, so 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that. We're going to start working on the schedule so that you guys can have something you can rely on, because I know I've been kind of shady about that. Information to schedule personal readings always in the description box below. You guys know that. And also there's some really cool channels that you guys should check out in the description box below. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for any updates or anything like that. PSSS, September 3rd is Exploring with Fluffy's birthday. You didn't hear that from me, but you did hear it from me. So mark it on your calendar. Get ready to say happy birthday to him on the 3rd. He would appreciate the love, and I know I would appreciate you guys giving that love. And yeah, if you are a member for his channel, your August care packages are ready to go. So if you are a member to Fluffy's channel, make sure you're sending him your mailing address so I can get those mailed out to you guys. And then September's is really cool, and October's care package. All right, what were we calling them? The fluffy, the fluff and stuff give box or explore packages or some shit like that. But they're really cool. And then next month he's gonna start his giveaways. He'll do a September giveaway, and then we'll do an October giveaway, and going forward like that. And we were gonna do it for like just members, but it's for anybody in the channel now. So like if you're subscribed and you're a fluffster, you have they're wanting your link in the chat, by the way. If you're a fluffster, you get to participate, and we will send you something. Sometimes it's bigger than others. Some prizes will be bigger than others. Some months are bigger than others. October is obviously going to be like a hella crazy month, and a really good one. And then December will be another good prize package for Christmas and things like that. And some months it'll just be simple. It'll be something we got from a location we visited or things like that. So if we go to a location, usually the prize will be, something to do with that location. So that's kind of cool. So when you visit with us, you have an opportunity to win something. from that place, you know, whether it's something from their gift store or something from the site or anything like that. So really cool stuff coming to his channel. It's been a slow, you know, roll back for him to get back into YouTube after taking his hiatus for a little bit. And it wasn't a complete hiatus. It was just literally like he was doing a lot. So he was working on him more, which is kind of cool. But with all that being said, we are going to start with some amazing readings. And we're going to start with the wonderful sign of Aries. So this week we are using the Kipper deck. I introduced this last night on Shani's Unexplainable Adventures. If you did not catch her live stream, she had a 7-hour live stream yesterday. And towards the end, about the last hour, I would say, we did a reading for the spirit of Ruth. If you guys aren't familiar with Ruth from Gettysburg, she is a spirit that had returned home with them, and she's kind of taken up a little residence, but she went on a little hiatus. They couldn't find her. She went AWOL. And we pulled some cards to kind of figure out what happened, and we used the Kipper deck and stuff like that. And so I introduced it live. I mean, I've been using it for a while, but I introduced it live on their channel last night, and so you should check that out as well. But it's a really cool deck. It's a divination system that started in Germany, and you'll see it in a minute. I like to say it's a cross between Oracle and Tarot. People look at it as a more of an oracle-y type system. It's really cool though. I enjoy using Kipper. You can use it by the book meanings. And by the way, this is a modernized Kipper deck. This is not like an original one. The original ones have no wording and the pictures are very different. So it's an interesting system. And I like using it for things like past life regression and things like that, or when people want answers that are more spiritual based. I will grab the Kipper deck out. And then we're also going to use our lovely Morgan Greer as a backup system, because what kind of tea party would we have without a little tarot in it, right? And that's it. So if I'm not dropping cards on the floor, give me 1 second. You know me, I'm always dropping something. And today we dropped the 8 of Cups. We dropped the 8 of Cups. So, oh well. That means somebody had to walk away from some shit. So that's what that meant. But without further ado, Aries, how we're going to do this is we're going to do the current energies. The energies going forward. And the possibility. How are we going to do this? The current energy. Advice moving forward. And I think we'll leave it at that. Current energy and advice moving forward. I think we're keeping it like that. We're keeping it like that. So, current energy, current message for Aries. All right, Aries. And what we have is courthouse. All right. Advice moving forward. So somebody might have something to do with a litigation situation, but you could also, courthouse can also just be dealing with something, someone overseeing. It's kind of like the justice card. So it's just somebody making a judgment call on something. Okay. Advice moving forward. Or there needs to be a judgment and there needs to be a justification of some sort. Come on, advice moving forward. Quit being stingy, Aries. There we go. Poverty. Alrighty. So there might be somebody that has to pay a dividend of some sort as a result of this justification, this courthouse card. So let's get some clarification, Aries, on that courthouse card. See where that's going for a specific Aries or a specific group of Aries. And FYI, all my readings are general readings. They may not resonate with everybody, and if that is the case, please check your moon and rising signs, as those may better resonate. Okay, you can even check your Venus placement if you're looking for something more towards relationships and love, things like that. And sometimes these just aren't going to resonate, period. And if that is the case, you can always check back on a past reading or something like that, and that might start hitting some spots too. So the courthouse card, Page of Pentacles. So you were supposed to do something and you didn't do it, Aries, and it's catching up with you. Why is this catching up with Aries? Your lack of motivation is catching up with you. Something to do. I mean, there could be an Aries out there that is getting a divorce because you have this King of Cups. It's emotional maturity. But at the same time, this is something that you're going to have your emotions in check about because of something you didn't do. You almost are okay with it. Like it's something you didn't want to go forward with, and coming out of it might be an emotional justification for you. So poverty though, like, because the end result, the advice moving forward is poverty. Okay, and you have the Sun card in reverse, so it ain't a bright new beginning, right? I'm getting that you need to emotionally prepare yourself for this. Okay, so what it's telling me, Aries, is you need to prepare yourself for the situation. You're going to have to face your music is what it's telling me with this courthouse card. Now, the poverty card, meaning that it's the outcome's probably not going to come into your favor, but it's telling you to kind of fake it until you make it. You know, make the best out of the situation. It's not going to kill you. It's just not in your favor. All right. The decision to be made will not likely be in your favor or the favor that you're seeking. Okay. So be prepared for that. Even if the judgment was like, you're fine, you get what you want. I mean, it's kind of like you win at what expense? You know, there's some loss for you that may be monetary, that may be emotional. So like when you, like in divorces, like does anybody truly win? Not really, because when you got married, your intent wasn't to get a divorce. That's the kind of language I'm trying to transfer right here. So this is kind of what I'm gearing towards with this reading. All right, Aries. And let's see. So that's the advice moving forward, is to kind of, you know, it's more of a foretelling than it is an advice. But is there some advice? Is there something that Aries needs to consider in this? Oops, I done dropped those. I was going to fall. What does Aries need to consider in this situation? Trying to give you a decent reading, Aries. Unexpected income. Okay, so where you lose in one regard, you gain in another. And I think that's where that King of Rod is coming through with. Okay, so this could, like, I know I'm being literal with court here because of the courthouse thing. This could literally be like, you know, you got an inheritance where you were once impoverished and you didn't see a better situation coming. This could literally mean inheritance. This could literally mean a judgment. Like, you ever get those stupid mailers that say you're part of a class action lawsuit, blah, 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 blah. You know, and you're like, all right, I'll fill it out. What's the worst that can hurt? And all of a sudden you get a check for 30 grand because of, you know, whatever Cialis you took, you know, had a bad effect. You know, stuff like that's what I'm getting at. All right. But that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is like, this is going to, you're going to gain in some way. Where there's a loss, where there was a former loss or a loss as a result, there will be a gain. Okay. So, and that's going to be in the form of an income. All right. And I don't think I need to clarify that. I'm going to let that energy lie. I'm going to let that energy lie as it is for Aries, because I was going to pull a card for the unexpected income, but it's telling me, my intuition is saying not to do that, because I don't want to interfere with what's into play for Aries. All right. Because it did give you a lot of detail as it was. So we're going to go ahead and move along to our Taurus gang. So this is going to be messages for Taurus for this week, or whenever you run into this, because my readings are technically timeless. So this will resonate with certain Tauruses, or, you know, any of the signs when they run into it. So keep that in mind, that if it doesn't resonate now, it may resonate later. So message for Taurus, current energies for Taurus, thoughts. Okay, so you may need to think about something, and there may be something plaguing your thoughts right now. Their thoughts can also be messages, plans of action, things like that. Advice moving forward is great fortune. Well, who doesn't want that card? I would love that card right now. I got so much shit going on. I'd love that card right now. So we're going to go ahead and clarify some energies of these cards for Taurus and see what messages come through. Because, I mean, with great fortune could be, that doesn't necessarily have to mean money. perception of value is subjective to the person, right? So this could literally mean that, you're going to fall into something that is going to fortify you. So that, could mean finding, love, rekindling, like lost family relationships, things like that. Fortune usually denotes monetary in some regard, in most regards, to be honest with you. But it's literally whatever fortifies you in a way that brings joy and serenity and peace and security. So what is my fortune may not be yours. So keep that in mind. That's going to be kind of subjective. So let's go ahead and clarify this thought card for Taurus for this week. Relieving of burden. Okay, so relieving of strain, physical strain and burden, and you're not going to be working as hard. All right, you need to take a break. Your thoughts are really chaotic right now, Taurus. Like, and I think I'm going to leave this on its side because it landed on its side, but 7 of Cups, you might feel like you're trying to decide on the best option, whether you have a lot of options or not enough options. Right now you're like, I'm trying to relieve myself of burdens and I'm trying to figure out the best option. You're really trapped in your thoughts based on that. But you got this great fortune card for advice moving forward. So let's clarify that. Let's see what that means. Like, what does Spirit and the universe want us to know about this great fortune card? So balance. So things are going to start balancing out. If you're having some financial woes, it's saying those are going to balance out right now, and it's a good time for you to start practicing balance. It's a good time for you to start practicing balance in your mind, and with this being Pentacles, it's going to be practicing balance with your time, your energy, your space, your money. Um, I'm getting routine. You need to get into some routines of going to bed on time, waking up early, making sure you're eating properly, focusing on being a well-oiled machine for yourself fulfillment, not for the fulfillment of others, but for yourself. So you've got the Queen of Cups, so you've got pretty good, mature, nurturing, caring energy. You've got the 10 of Cups. Could this get any better? So this, to me, because you're looking for options, and this is kind of, I'm feeling family or relationship, but at the same time, if you're doing good in business, um, if you're balancing your money, your time, your investments, and everything, it's going to come into great fruition for you. So this is a beautiful reading, Taurus. So I can't, with what I'm seeing, these cards would denote great fortune on their own. Something really great is coming your way. They're really, the Spirit is really speaking to you right now, Taurus, with these cards. So what's a final advice, I guess? Bad health. Okay, so what it final thoughts on this being bad health doesn't always mean physical health. It can mean mental health. It can mean, somebody is going to be experiencing bad health, and you may be gaining fortune as a result of that. Um, Somebody may be passing and you may be inheriting. That could be a possibility for some Tauruses out there, but this could also be a time where you balance yourself. Health is a healthy business, healthy home, healthy life, health. It doesn't always mean that, it's your physical health, although it can very much mean that. So consider that in this equation, that when you do start balancing yourself out and doing things in a more healthy, conducive way, you're going to be experiencing great fulfillment and great fortune. So it's telling you to really focus on the bad ailments that are bad practices or bad, somebody might need, a Taurus is going to need to quit smoking, is what I'm getting from as another message. But this is saying, like, to, relieve yourself of bad habits, maybe even bad patterns, behavior patterns, daily patterns. Like I said, somebody needs to get into the habit of performing like a successful business person, going to bed on time, getting a lot of rest, going forward and treating themselves, buying good clothing for themselves, treating themselves like a successful person, and the success comes. So consider that, Taurus, to the Tauruses out there that applies to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave that reading as such, and we're going to go ahead and move forward to Gemini. So, hi Nisha. Just popping in to see who's all in chat. Welcome to the channel, sweetheart. Hopefully you enjoy and you stick around. Hopefully everybody's having a great day today. I know it's Monday and I know the kids are in school and I know a lot of people are at work. And like I said, normally I do these Sunday night, but you know, sometimes we got to take a little break. So Gemini. Current energy is poverty. So you're without something right now. Advice moving forward. You've got the marriage card right there. So unions. All right. So you need to be in union and in harmony and cohesion with something. And with poverty is without something. So you're struggling, you know? That's kind of what that poverty card. What is poverty in essence? You know, it's a struggle. You know, to be without, therefore struggle. And marriage is to be in a union or partnership with something. Doesn't always have to mean literally marriage, but it can. So I think that should have mixed in enough Gemini energy. Okay. So no forward movement. You got the chariot inverted. So that's, you know, instead of going forward and making choices and things like that, you're at a stalemate. You're at a standstill. So the Hanged Man, if that didn't define that right there. All right. The Hanged Man is literally, he's just hanging around trying to figure things out. But you have 10 of Pentacles right there. So you're trying to figure out how, like, what I'm seeing here is like you don't have the forward movement, but you're trying to hold out right now. You're holding out. You're withholding. This is what I'm getting. You're withholding. You're making yourself, you're actually forcing yourself into impoverishness because you're waiting for something that's going to come. Like instead of jumping into something quickly to kind of ease a burden and exhaust you, you're going to hold off until something of greater fulfillment comes with that 10 of Pentacles. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing from the poverty card. So we're going to go ahead and clarify this marriage card for Gemini. Advice moving forward. So this is going to be like, okay, you got 2 of Wands. What I'm getting is like in this, because this 10 of Pentacles can also mean happy home, happy life. So right now, if you're single, for those that are single, I'm getting this message too. It's saying like, you know, don't try to go out and pursue every relationship. Hold off and wait because the right one is coming. So that's a message for a specific Gemini or a specific group of Geminis. But with this marriage card, like it's saying like not to make too strong of plans of the future. Like don't rush into it. You know, hold off and let things happen. All right. So the Hierophant in reverse with the marriage card is, that's what it's saying. Not yet. I know that's like when we find the one, like when, you know, so you have those one friends that like they met like last month and they're already like married 2 months later. It's saying do not do that. Gemini, do not do that. Like with the marriage card, it's like the situation you're in, like hear me out on this one. There is going to be a Gemini out there that might be engaged and they're not feeling like they're in this partnership. They're feeling like somebody is withholding feelings, that this is really not going forward the way they anticipated. So they're kind of just hoping and waiting for this 10 of Pentacles to come into fruition finally. And with this, it's telling me like, if you do go into that marriage or, you know, component of partnership, either business, person, whatever, it's saying like, it's not foreseeing this to be healthy. There's no pride in this. Like, if this is a physical wedding, this is kind of like marriage of convenience versus like, or shotgun wedding versus like I'm marrying for proper union and love. All right. So in that sense, carry that over to if you're entering into a business deal or you've got something going on, this is not probably going to work as well as you'd hoped. That's what I'm getting from this. All right. It's kind of you've got this built up in your head. You're glorifying it in your mind more than it is actually going to be glorified in a physical existence. So, judication. So, this is literally like for the person that's not being fulfilled in their marriage, this is probably going to lead into some sort of like divorce hearing or legal litigational system with that adjudication card. All right. So somebody like, and adjudication doesn't always have to mean legal. It could just mean a person who's a median in this. So this could be needing to get some counseling of some sort or anything, but somebody's going to have to oversee. There's going to be a third party intervention to the situation. All right. So I'm going to let that lie as such for Gemini. I mean, that may not have been the nicest reading, but it is a heads up for the one that, you know, wasn't quite sure, to the Geminis that weren't quite sure what was going to flow forward, right? So, or where things were going to go. So that's just a preparation for what's possible for you, Gemini. All right, so we're going to move forward to Cancer. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. The only thing I don't like about this Kipper deck is it doesn't make that cute shuffle sound that I like, because the cardstock is thicker. Alrighty, Cancer. Messages for Cancer. So current energies. Current energies for Cancer. Adjudication card. Alright, alright. And advice moving forward. Court. Dang! Who, like, I'm not saying that there's a lot of court things going on with everybody, but this is like a lot of people being held accountable is what I'm getting. Because ultimately, isn't that why you go to court? Is like somebody needs to be accountable for something that we couldn't resolve on our own. So we have to have that major party to kind of oversee it or bring us to justification on something. So for those that it's literally meaning court, like, you know, something's leading to that. Like, you know, the mediation of the situation didn't just happen organically. It's going to need to be like going forward, right? It's going to need that final verdict of consideration, but it also means like, you know, it's not going to have an easy resolvement. In other words, whatever the situation is that you're facing, the resolvement isn't going to be easy. It's going to need to have a ruling. It's going to need to be set in stone. It's not going to need to just, you know, be chatted out and call it a day. It's going to need to have some type of ruling over it. So if you're having a hard time with a partner, business, romance, or whatever, you're going to have to make rules on something. Something's going to need to be set in stone. You're going to, or you're going to have to resort to going and looking into rules that have already been in place for that situation and not deviating from those, not being like, well, I'll give you the break this time. It's like, no, this is speaking boundaries. This is speaking like, you know, almost line in the sand. Okay, that type of energy. So let's go ahead and clarify this adjudication card for Cancer. Okay, so Seven of Cups options. Having options. Having a lot of options. A lot to consider is what I'm getting. There's a lot to consider. And it's cups, so it's going to be based in emotions. There's going to be some struggle with this. Trying to figure out what to do. And Five of Cups. This is going to, it's these Five of Cups in reverse. It's not, it's going to be a lot of burden, but you know, the struggle will be relieved. All right. There's going to be some salvation in this of some sort. Okay. So courthouse. Let's clarify this courthouse card for Cancer. Okay. All right. So this isn't going to bring out the best side of you, Cancer. This is like you're going to try to win this situation. You're going to try to get your point across at any expense. All right. Because you're tired of with that Eight of Swords in reverse. You're really tired of feeling imprisoned by something. And with the Ace of Cups, I'm getting that this is going to result in a good resolution, an emotional resolution that's really good for you, new opportunity. All right. With the cups, it's emotionally good. Like you're happy about it. You know, Ace of Cups is usually like new relationships. So this is going to bring about a new turn of events is what I'm getting more than anything. And you might have been dealing with a hardcore narcissist or a hardcore, person that's like, my way, F your way. It's going to be done the way I say, or this could literally mean that in the courthouse, you kind of feel like, you had no control over the outcome, and that made you very, very nervous. But at the same time, not having the control, you didn't have the burden of like, I decided it this way. All right. And there is a positive outcome from this. Like I'm even seeing it in the judication card as well as the court card, the courthouse card. So I'm seeing that, the struggle, like possibly having this intervention of boundaries and lawmaking has brought out a stronger, positive, more conducive outcome for you, Cancer. That's what I'm seeing from this. So let's get a final card for Cancer. Let's wrap this up for Cancer. Final message for Cancer. And you've got that marriage card. So, what this would speak to me is because that's new outcome, that's new possibility, that's new cohesion. So there may be a Cancer out there that in handling out the final situations, smoothing out the final, wrinkles and things is bringing forth a lot more prosperity, but in harmony within that situation, a cohesion is going to occur. But this can also mean that there is a Cancer that's going to go run out and get married. All right, like, they just said, screw it. Who needs a big wedding? Let's just go to the courthouse type thing. Like, there's a Cancer out there that's probably qualifying for. See, like, thinking like, oh, all these options from planning a wedding and everything is a lot of work and I don't want that. I just want to, like, be with this person. And I see that as, like, you guys are like, screw it, let's just go get justice of the peace. But at the same time, there's going to be some Cancers out there that are finding that through, going through the counseling and making the rules and go and doing things in by the book situation, they've created a harmony that they can enjoy within their partnership. So I'm going to leave that as such. That was kind of an interesting reading, Cancer. So thank you for that. I don't get too many that kind of make me think sometimes. Alrighty. Hey Malik. Hey Flock. How's everybody doing today? So, Leo. Let's get some messages for Leo. Alrighty. So, current energy for Leo. Current energies for Leo. Bad health. Alright. And advice moving forward for Leo. Okay. Main female. Alright. So, Leo, there might be obviously there's a female. The energy is female or divine female. So this could also mean like, this person is more of a femme of nature too. But current energies is there might be a woman in your life that has health issues that you need to be considerate of at this time. But this can also mean that in your bad health, the main female is going to be somebody that you need to reach out to. So this could be your mother, your wife. There's somebody that you may be needing to lean on at this time. But let's go ahead and clarify. Let's get like a little bit more of a direct message for Leo. Okay, let's clarify this bad health card for Leo, please. Well, those all fell out. All pentacles. Okay. So you're not balancing work and your pentacles being tangible. You're not balancing work and like work in your personal life as well as you should be. So you're probably making some bad like choices of, you know, how you balance, like, you know, how you balance things in a healthy sense. Okay. For those that are literally a physical health ailment is a consideration for them. This is something that, you know, as you really need to work on, you're going to need to put in the work towards this, even though you don't really want to. And a lot of it has to do with balance, you know, being fair to yourself, taking the medication, listening to the doctor. But you have a lot of resistance with that Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It's like you don't want to make that forward movement, and you need to. And it's, you know, this is kind of the bad health for some is going to be a result of their choices. All right. It's a result of how they put themselves out there in the world. So if you're not eating healthy, if you're doing things that are, you know, you're vaping and smoking, or maybe drinking, or, you know, things like that, like it's kind of you reap what you sow, that type of thing. And let's go ahead and clarify this main female for Leo. All right, so this person is going to help change these components. This could also be like, you know, somebody who might need to be losing weight or being on a dietary path, because this is pentacle, that is pentacle, so it's physical, tangible energy. It's not so much like mental health or anything like that. So I'm seeing this as a physical ailment that, you know, you're very aware of, Leo. And they got your strength card that represents you, and the star card. So this is not something, um she can't fix this for you, but she knows how to do it. So if your doctor's female and you don't want to listen to her and things like that, then she's going to tell you, like, if you don't listen to me, there's not a whole lot I can do for you. But she literally has the ability to help this situation. So if this is wife, if this is doctor, if this is mother, if this is, you know, counselor of some sort, somebody in consideration in your life, if you don't listen to their advice, not a whole lot good can happen. It's not going to, it won't be in your favor. Like, this isn't going to be a miraculous thing where she can just say, here, take this pill and you'll be fine. There's some work that has to occur, okay? And you're being stubborn about it, Leo. So I'm supposed to shuffle this, apparently. But let me get one more closing card for Leo. Alrighty. Main male. So there's probably a Leo out there that needs to listen to his parents a little bit. Or, you know, he has a team of people that he needs to listen to. Or it's telling you straight up, Leo, man up. That's what I'm seeing from that. You need to man up. You need to take control of yourself, and you need to be responsible for your actions. Doesn't occur, you know, in your life. You need to stop making excuses for faults and failures and things like that, and be accountable to yourself, you know, accountable for what you've put out into the world and things like that. So those are the messages that I'm seeing, and I'm going to go ahead and leave those as such for Leo, and hopefully those are helpful for the Leo that needs to just kind of get himself into check a little bit. Alrighty. So, Virgo, you're next. Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. Well, Lydia, I try to make them interesting. But I don't really have much of control over that, whether they're interesting or not. Some readings are boring because the cards are boring, you know, just nobody has anything exciting going on in their lives, I guess. And then sometimes we get like a certain sign will have like a really strong reading, and it's really emotional and things like that. So it can take twists and turns. Right, Virgo, current energies for Virgo. You also have bad health. All right, advice moving forward. Okay, 2 came out for advice moving forward. So pathway and false person. So false person, this can mean like lies and defiance and things like that. It's not the right person. You could be with like the person, there's a Virgo out there that's not with the right person for them, is what I'm really getting with this. Like from the false person, pathways, bad health, you're trying to make something more than what it is. And you're trying to create something that isn't there. All right, so sometimes this is like, the wrong person, go away from them, or you're trying to create a path with the wrong person, you're trying to create forward movement with the wrong person, and that's probably where that bad health is coming from too. So let's clarify that and just be sure for Virgo. Get a little of that Virgo energy in there. Yeah, try telling a Virgo that they're doing the wrong thing and see what happens. You usually don't get too far. Virgos can be very, very territorially stubborn. Like when they make a decision, they think that their decision is law and everybody should follow it. I love me some Virgo. I'm with a Virgo, so I know how they can be, and there's good points to them, and then there's some points to them that is like, oh Lord, what did I get into? Knight of Rods. So maybe we're not as active as we should be. Ace of Pentacles, new opportunity, real strong grounding energy, could be a job. Non-combative, okay. With no resistance is what I'm getting. Okay. So, okay, let's clarify these cards real quick. I just want to be certain. So let's clarify the false person and pathways card for Virgo. Okay, bright new beginning. Yeah, all right, okay. Now from that's what I'm saying. I wanted to clarify this first because this is somebody you didn't think you would be with. There's a Virgo out there that is like, I was making such unhealthy choices before, and I'm like, I was making such unhealthy choices before, and I didn't see the opportunity that I had, that the potential. This is a lot of potential. Like with this Ace of Pentacles, it's like you always had that opportunity. I'm getting more of an internal with this false person. That's more of an internal thing is what I'm getting from Virgo right now. Not so much a physical person, but you were putting out like a false perception of yourself, and it wasn't allowing you to go forward. It was like you were faking it to the world. And now you don't have to anymore. The Sun card, there's going to be a Virgo out there that might be, having a child where they didn't think it was possible. And like they didn't have belief in themselves. They were literally being the false person. And now with, they're leaving that all, they're not leaving behind the idea of that former person, that former self. And that's the advice moving forward, is you need to cut ties with the idea that you're no longer that person. We grow every day. We literally become new people every single day. But a lot of times you have people say like, oh, once a cheater, always a cheater. Once you're this, you're always this. Just because your fingerprints are all over everything you've ever touched, but that doesn't mean that stuff is still in your life. All right. And it's saying you need to relieve yourself of that emotional burden, even that physical burden. You really need to focus on being a salvation for yourself. But there is a Virgo out there that might be with the wrong person, and they are not the salvation that you see them as. All right. I do need to throw that message out there. Like, there is some, you've made some bad decisions in the past, in regarding relationships, or, you know, being around people that aren't mentally good for you. Like that's been a thing for you, Virgo. You've had that before. So let me get a final energy card for Virgo. Just one more energy card. And Lovers. So this is, you know, this could be, like I said, this could be a Virgo that's in a relationship with the wrong person. You know, it's not what you, not all that glitters is gold. You know, this might not be the person for you, Virgo. This might literally mean like, you know, that's, you know, you're trying to, you're trying to make something into something that it's not. You're trying to glamorize it and move forward with it when it's not what's literally the universe wants for you. Then the, you know, for that other story that came through of the person who was making the bad choices and not relieving themselves of their former burdens of, you know, their past or what they've relieved themselves of, you need to love yourself. You need to realize that you are not that person any longer, and, you know, relieve yourself of that mental stress and strain that is literally holding you back from stronger maturities, and love yourself and be in that relationship almost with self. Okay. All right, Virgo. Hopefully those messages came through, and we'll move along to our awesome Libras. Let me just clean these up real quick. That's another interesting reading. See, I like mixing divinations like oracles and tarot and Kipper and tarot and um, different divination systems, because you can literally get stronger messages. Like, don't just focus on um, one system. Like, they can blend. And sometimes they blend in ways that, you know, promote you having a stronger reading that you wouldn't have got with one system alone. I've always been a fan of mixing my divination system. Some people don't like doing that, and that's fine too. I have no problem with it. It's actually given me some really in-depth readings. Like if you caught Shani's live last night, you would have seen how in-depth I could pick up messages, especially from spirits. Libra. Libra, Libra, Libra. Current energies for Libra. All right. Message. So either you need to listen to something, something's coming up for you. That, you know, advice moving forward. The forward message. Advice moving forward. Don't worry, Libra. We're going to clarify this message card. So, and you have main male. So it could be a message from it's going to be a message from a man, or a main male is going to have a component with this message. But we're going to find that out in just a minute for you, Libra. You could be hearing from somebody that, and some Libras are going to hear from somebody that's male that they haven't heard from in a long time. I got that right away. But let's clarify for Libra. Lord, my cat done sounded like a freaking space gun right now. Y'all hear that? That was an interesting sound. Fluff, wake up. He's over there falling asleep. All right, clarify message card for Libra. Okay, like lies. You're going to find out about some lies, some deceitful energy with that moon card. Things are going to come to light. You're going to find out something that was hidden. Ooh, we got that devil energy. That could be a Capricorn you're dealing with, but it's going to be, I get manipulation, control, that type of, you know, the devil card doesn't always have to be negative. And I'll explain why. Because the devil card could also mean sexual energy. Sometimes when we find out, like, oh, this person secretly, like, wanted to, like, boinky, boink, boink, boink. Like, that's something else it can mean. But you have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So what I am seeing from this is you know, the message is going to be like, you're going to find out about someone being a dirty, nasty little liar. Okay. And it's probably someone you really trusted. It might be this main male. It could be father, grandfather. It could be just anybody that's, you know, a strong male figure, debonair type energy. But let's clarify this main male. What does this main male mean? All right, so some struggle. Somebody's still facing a struggle with this person. Maybe it's communication blockage. That could be that too. Hey, Tony. Hi, Emma. Alrighty, so 6 of Wands. I'll take it. Alrighty. So this is interesting. So the main male, this is somebody that, like, the message you're gonna get is salvation. Like, I'm gonna, there's a man that's gonna let you know the truth about something that has occurred, and he's very proud to say what it is he knows. This information is gonna come out so easy. Now it may, if it's not a physical male, it's just like this main strong energy, like this more masculine based energy. It's something that you should have walked away from. You should have mentally walked away from, but it's always been in the back of your head. And you're finally, and I get that you kind of know what this message is about. You've anticipated it. And the clarification is finally going to come, and it's going to relieve you of something that once controlled you, is really what I'm getting. All right. So you're finally going to be, yes, Virgo, we just finished Virgo. Like, yeah, that was the previous one. So Virgo, just if you scroll back a little bit, because we are on Libra right now. All right, final messages for Libra. Message of concern. So the message is there might be a main male that you haven't spoke to in a while. Like I said, this message is this might be like in the original. I said that you're going to hear from somebody you haven't heard from in a while. Or, maybe you're going to be hearing about this main male, that somebody you haven't talked to in quite some time. You've thought about them. They were somebody you might have looked up to and hadn't heard from in a while. And you might be getting some information that is concerning. Okay. They're going to be popping. That's like the moon card in reverse. They're going to be popping out of nowhere. This might have been somebody that was struggling with addiction at one point. Okay. And you might have freed them out of your space. Because that's what you needed to do for you, because them sticking around might have been unhealthy, or you're like, you're noticing that they're declining, and you're going to be the one that might reach out. You might need to be leaving that message, Libra. So kind of see how this flows into a situation that might be on your mind. Okay, so I'm going to leave those messages, that energy as such, and hopefully those messages made sense. And hopefully those came through strong, because that was a kind of intense reading for Libra. Alrighty. Scorpio is next. Our awesome Scorpios. These cards can be a little fun to shuffle, so I'm just going to try a couple different ways to kind of make sure that I'm getting the energies in there as best I can, because these ones still need to be broken in a little bit. They're still kind of thick. I don't want to damage them by like shuffling too hard, so I'm trying to be a little delicate, but I want to make sure I get a good shuffle. Try and mix that in. Scorpio energy. All right, so let's see what messages we have for Scorpio. What's the current energy for Scorpio this week? Messages, please. Coffin, huh? All righty. So that's more like a sealed fate, like something is going to happen. Like a sealed fate on something. Okay. Adjudication. Now, if a Scorpio is dealing with somebody who has passed away and they're dealing with like probate, that could say like, you know, this person passed away and things aren't going to be that simple. There's going to have to be a adjudicator over it. Okay. But there is a situation that is sealed and set in stone. It's, you know, nail in the coffin, in other words, and it's going to be going forward with somebody overseeing it. Okay. Like, you know, you're in line for, um, what's going to happen is already like set in stone. All right. So if you're facing up against something that's requiring an interventional maneuver, it's like you're not going to be able to kind of persuade what's going to uh, be coming forward. All right. So Scorpio. Get Scorpio energy in here so we can clarify up these cards and get a stronger, more direct message. So let's clarify this coffin card. So there might be a specific Scorpio out there that may have experienced a child loss, or there's a loss in that motherly sense, and or there's a Scorpio out there that feels like motherhood, parenting may not be a situation for them, you know, a possibility for them. That's what I'm seeing from there. Give me 1 second, guys. My chair tends to stick because of the carpet, and I had to pick up a card, so I couldn't roll my chair forward. It's kind of annoying. Alrighty. So that's what I'm seeing for that. There might be a Scorpio out there that thinks future prospects aren't a possibility, and that they have that fate of, I have to resign to what I have. They don't have a lot of consideration for future prospects in that regard. But and that can go male as well. That doesn't have to be female. There could be a male out there that's like, I'm just never going to have, you know, I'm not going to have the wife and kids and, you know, that type of situation. I'm not going to have that stability that I'm craving. But in that, with the adjudication card, you know, I'm getting the adjudicator as more of the, it's not like law of person as much as it is law of like spirit. All right, like universal law. So even though like the adjudicator, the lesson is going to be more of it's going to come because the King of Swords, he tends to give lessons of, he's like a father, you know, I'm going to tell you what you need to know versus what you know, he's not going to make anything like, he's not going to say it nicely, but he's not going to say it mean. He's going to be direct and to the point. You know, he's been there. He knows what the fight is. He knows what how to keep himself mentally strong. He's not interested in the nicey nice. He's interested in the raw and real, because that's how he determines things, and that's a very strong judicational move. But there is options for you, and it may not always be the options that we like, and that's the thing. You know, sometimes we feel like we have resigned ourselves to one specific way of things having to be done, or that, you know, we're not going to get a furthering option, when that's not true. There are options. You need to work for these options. You need to be a little bit more stoic and mentally balanced, and know that it's not always going to be what we anticipate in our mind. All right, it's not always going to be a dream. This is very cloaked in reality. All right, so let's get a final energy for Scorpio. Main female. So I'm getting that this might be you. For the female Scorpios, this is you. But there is also going to be like a Scorpio that's dealing with issues with their mother or their spouse, things like that. And that might be like, you know, if there is a Scorpio out there whose wife has not been able to conceive, you're going to find out that there is some doctors that's going to provide you with options that you didn't know were possible. Okay. And if you are, one second, guys. I apologize. I keep getting phone calls every 10 seconds. So for the female Scorpios, what you thought was set in stone, how you thought your life was going to be, how you thought it was going to be resigned to something, you had to literally get yourself focused on, well, it's not going to be the way I want. I'm literally resigned to this. You're going to find out like there are options for you, and those options look like they're going to be good ones, but you know, not every option are going to be the ones you like. It's not going to be necessarily your way. Okay. It's going to be, you know, I'm trying to figure out a way to say this. It's like when your parents tell you, like, yes, you can have a snack, but it's going to be from these choices that I choose from you. That type of thing. So, hopefully, those messages came through loud and clear for our Scorpios. And we're going to move along to our wonderful Sagittarius. You sit down. Sorry, I have a cat that's like going crazy over here. See, some days I just get chaotic energy no matter what. Even when I try to keep it nice. And one more for Saggy. Okay, current energies for Sagittarius. Okay, I think it wants that one. Main male is the current energies. And then energies going forward. And we have child. Alrighty. So, there's going to be a situation involving a male and then furthering with a child. Somebody could be expecting, excuse me, a child. And then there could be a father figure out there that a child is involved. So there might be something that you need to man up with involving a child. I mean, you know, you got some child support you owe or something. You might need to man up to that. Alrighty, so get another shuffle or two in there. I need to put my phone on airplane mode is what I need to do. And then, give me 1 second, guys. Usually I don't have nearly this much distractions, but I usually don't read tarot on a Monday because I have so many distractions. So keep note to self, Mondays aren't the best day for this. Not Monday morning, afternoons at least. Alright, or at least I need to set my phone to do not disturb. Okay. So we got the Empress card of the main male. So I am getting that this is probably a partnership, mother-father situation. Clarify this male card, Judgment. Okay. Judgment and Justice. Okay, so remember I said that there's a there's gonna be a Saggy out there that might owe some child support. I'm getting a heaviness about court and, you know, possible, you know, if this is something you've gone through separation, and it might be custody, it might be support based. Knight of Cups in the reverse. So something, yeah, this could be something where there is a Sagittarius that's going through something involving his child or children in courts. If you're the female, if you're a Sagittarius and you're female, it might mean you going to court with the dad of the kids and stuff like that. What I'm seeing here is the forward movement of this situation is one that isn't very with it being clarifying the child card, I'm getting that we're not thinking about the kids necessarily in this situation. We're not really going forward for the kids. We're going forward for ourselves, for our own ego and things like that, and that never works out for the kids. That that never benefits the children when it's, I think it should be this way. He doesn't pay me, so he shouldn't see his kids. That type of stank person energy. Um, let me holler at y'all. Uh, my daughter's dad owes me $50,000 in back child support as I sit right now. 50,000. And I actually had his child support reduced to 0 monthly. He's just paying me arrears from the years that he did owe child support. I had allowed it to reduce to 0 like 5 years ago. So, because he didn't have a job at the time. And I said, you know what? Can't squeeze blood out of a turnip, so whatever. I mean, I have sole physical and legal custody of my daughters anyway. But when they owe you an astronomical amount of money, you have to remember, child support and child custody is two separate issues. So never deny your kids the right to their other parent because that other parent is doing your piggy bank wrong. All right. If he can at least be there, or she or they can be there for their kids, who the heck are you to stand in the way? And see, in my case, there's, I mean, if there's safety reasons, I get it, but I'm not getting that energy from here, at least that I'm seeing. But you're really causing a drift in the way your child is perceiving parent and care and love. And I mean, children are born of love. There was an act of love made in order to conceive that child, unless you went to get frozen popsicles, and have that inserted. But uh, it's literally, you need to remember that the children have a right to the parents, not you having a right over them. You are there to guide them. You are there to assist them into becoming productive people in the world, not to sit there and make their damn lives harder. I mean, you need to remember that. Like I said, safety, if it's a safety thing, I get it. Um this probably doesn't qualify to that person. But for those that are just sitting there and they're using their own emotions, you need to take your emotions out of the situation and realize, like, 10 years from now, is this what's best for my kid? Even 5 months, 5 years, whatever, is this what's best for my kid? And if you can still say, yes, it is, all right, then continue forward with it. But if you can't, and I mean, being real with yourself, I get hurt people, okay? So if you're pissed off and hurt over something, then guess what? You're going to be hurtful to others and not even truly realize it. And that's what I'm kind of seeing. And so don't make something harder on a parent that doesn't need that to occur, because the only thing you're making it hard on is your kids. And you're supposed to love your kids, and you're supposed to teach your kids better, and you're supposed to lead. And even though sometimes it's painful, I know my situation was painful as hell, and I still tried to promote a relationship between my kids and their biological dad, and the biological dad just refused it. So I had to raise them in the sense of telling them, like, yes, you were created out of love, and there was love at the time. It's just one of those situations where, things didn't work, and that person has the mindset of wanting to do this, and it has nothing to do with the babies. It has nothing to do with the kids. Even though the kids are going to innately suffer that. They suffer the plight of us as parents. Every decision we make affects them. So we have to do what's best, even though sometimes we think, oh, it's best this way. No, you always, and this applies to anybody, not just a specific sign, you know, don't be the reason that child has to survive their adulthood. All right, because of what we lacked as parents, or what parents lacked for them. Okay, be the reason that child is a warrior. Be the reason that child can conquer. Be the reason that child can be rational and respectful and caring. We have too many assholes in this world as it is. Don't create more of them. All right? Don't create children that literally have to survive their life. All right? And the traumas and the misconceptions and the pain. you know, be better, do better. And that's what I'm getting from this. And that's all I'm going to say. So, final card for Sagittarius. And you're going to hear something. There's going to be something that's coming in. There's a message. And maybe what I just said was your message. Or maybe, you know, Spirit's telling me I delivered the message that a specific Sagittarius needs to hear. But you might be getting a correspondence in the mail regarding this situation. And that's possibly what's going to be occurring. And I'm getting that as a strong signifier. So thank you for letting me rant, Saggy. Thank the rest of you for hearing me out. And we're going to move along to Capricorn. Capricorn. I'm getting so tired of dropping cards today. It's because my desk isn't big enough. That's why. I need to get a bigger desk. I will. I keep saying that, but I will. I just can't buy any new furniture right now because of like moving and stuff. I don't want to have to like take more furniture with me. Current energies for Capricorn. So, coffin. And main female. Alrighty. So, something set in stone, something involving a female. Alright. Some of these are kind of vague, and we do have to have the clarifier. Because in my mind, I'd be like, someone gonna die. But, you know, there's gonna be something that changes. All right, Capricorn, let's do this. What? Oh, my pineapple's here?
Brandy, Charmaine, Jenny.
Oh, my pineapple's here. Hey, Adam.
Cassie.
Oh, Cassie's here too. Hi, guys. I'm sorry I haven't peeked over.
Brandy says she loves Houdini. Who is talking?
He is talking, loudmouth. My cat thinks it's a velociraptor. Like, it does. That loud ass cat. I swear to God. I mean, I love him, but he is so loud at night. All he does is this, "Rah!" And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you? And he just literally, I don't know, that's the way he talks or something. I don't know. He's just this loud cat. But he makes these weird sounds at night that I'm like, dude, shut up. Knight of Cups. So something not going. I'm getting now is not the time. And you need to go forward more, Capricorn. Now is not the time. And then you got this is like double death card. So like the change will happen, but it's not yet. Not yet. Something is not yet. All right. Especially with that justice in reverse as well. So let's clarify this main female. You got the Tower card, but it's in reverse. So, you know, it's not as bad as you thought it was going to be, but it's like, you know, the chaos is over. It's time to rebuild now. Let that stuff stay in the past is what I'm getting. But, you know, things aren't really moving forward a whole lot. You got that Chariot in reverse. And then Two of Cups. All right. So what I'm getting is there's still a chance to rectify something that went wrong. All right. There was something that went horribly wrong. And there's and I know this has been happening for Capricorn a bit. I'm a Capricorn, so I pay attention to these readings on occasions. I keep getting certain Capricorns are having that damn ex-lover come back. And it's not because Capricorn wants it. It's literally that person is now realizing something. And it kind of sucks because it's like that person, like this is still stank ass energy. This person still fucked you up. But, and it, for the male Capricorns, it could have been the female, but it's like, in this regard, it's like, you know, that if you're a female Capricorn, it could have meant like you resigned yourself to that is what it is and you moved forward. But this other person didn't. And it's affected you. Like, I get that significantly from this reading, but also like, you know, the Capricorn that's really tried to rebuild and go forward is like, you know, I haven't significantly been able to do that. I still have this residual energy. And the reason you still have that is you still have a karmic connection to somebody of the past. It's not as done as you anticipated. It was like, yes, it went through adjudicational system. It went through, you know, where you guys agreed that something was done or something was concrete, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was visually concrete, or mentally, like you try to make it concrete, but it wasn't. And that's why it keeps returning. It just hasn't come into fruition. Like it's not in the physical plane. It's in like the, you know, it's in like, you know, the ethereal plane almost. So let's get a final energy card. Official person. All right. So if there is some element of the past, like you're going to hear about it from a official. Like this is a governing card, something that governed over this. All right. But you have that Two of Cups in reverse or in the upright. So it's like there's a soul tie there. That's what I'm saying. Like this, there's something there that's not allowing it to be as finished as one would have wanted. It didn't quite go forward beyond you. Like that, maybe that other person could not move beyond you. Like that's what I'm getting. Something didn't move beyond where it should have moved beyond. Apply that how it should be to you. Whether that's a relationship, a business situation, something that should have been done and is not quite done. All right. So, you know, I'm not getting a message card or anything like that. It's just like, you know, that person being an official person, they had a title. The situation had a title. It was something. All right. So apply that how you will, Capricorn. Alrighty. So Aquarius. The good old Aquarius. I love my cat. I really do. He drives me fucking crazy though. So I got one that's trying to climb the damn curtains during the reading. I got one that's like singing Italian opera over here. And then we have Fart. Have you guys? You guys met Fart, didn't you? The new little kitten that we rescued. He's really not supposed to be a permanent staple in our family, and I'm really trying to like not fall in love with the little thing, but you know, he's so damn cute. I named him Fart because when we got him, he kind of stunk really bad. Why are you laughing, fool?
Adam said my cats are all
Mine are too, especially that one. Houdini. I call him Liberace sometimes because he's so flamboyant. And, you know, he's so like demanding. And he loves to sing apparently. So Aquarius. Sudden wealth. Ooh. Something's coming in, something's coming in. So moving forward. Journey. Oh, maybe you're gonna have some travel. Let's see, Aquarius. Let's see. Some movement. There's gonna be something going on, but you're gonna encounter some money. That's good. Who doesn't want that? But wealth, you know, like I said, it's subjective. So what's sudden wealth? I mean, what determines wealth? It's just like what I said with fortune. You know, it's kind of subjective energy. Typically means money, though, right? Okie dokie artichoke. Let's clarify this sudden wealth for Aquarius. Okay. So this is something from the past, something that it's not new, is what I'm getting. This is not new wealth. This is something that's already been in existence. Maybe you've overlooked it. It's going to relieve financial burden. It's going to relieve burden, which is good. But it's something that's already like in existence. Maybe you kind of overlooked it because with the two of wands in reverse, that's usually like looking into the future. Ace of Pentacles would be like new, and so this is gonna be something you might have overlooked that's already been in existence. That could have been, a policy of some sort that you might have missed. Some type of something that you might have thought, oh, like if you entered a class action lawsuit and you maybe like forgot about it. You filled out that damn postcard, and you're gonna find out like there's probably something that is going to show up. You're going to hear about it. um Old partnership journey, so away from, okay, lovers in reverse, so that doesn't always have to mean like your actual physical lover. It just can mean something that you're passionate about. Justice in reverse, Page of Cups. So I mean, it's not yet. Like, this is something like, you might have had a sudden lost love, and you're moving forward from that. Maybe like, you're moving towns, or you're leaving something behind that you're like, I really had a passion for, but I no longer do. It's just not doing it for me. And now you're trying to start anew. That's kind of what I'm getting. With the sudden wealth, you're going to have some forward movement. So look into old policies, look into something you might have missed. There might have been some money that is somebody might have left you and you just didn't know about it. This could be for certain Aquariuses out there, that this might mean you like you're for an Aquarius that may have lost a spouse. It could have been some old insurance policy, things like that. Old business prospects, something to do with a man, a main male. Okay, so I will leave that as such for Aquarius, because I think they probably know what I'm talking about. And we are going to go forward with our last sign of the zodiac, our lovely Piscean gang, our little fishies of the zodiac. We cannot forget about them, even though I still have to work on their August reading, and it's like the end of August. But sometimes those closers can be a little bit of a help, right? All right. So let's get that shuffle in for Pisces. Alrighty. So current energy for Pisces. Unexpected income. All right. And moving forward. Who doesn't want that? Pisces has been having some good ass readings lately. Yeah, let me tell you. I mean, I want that all day, every day, no problem. Who doesn't? Unexpected income, great fortune. Hell yeah. I want to be a Pisces this week. Ooh, hell. The cards done said no. You cannot be a Pisces this week. I don't even know if I have Pisces in my chart. Alright. If I did, I don't know what house Pisces is in my chart. I gotta look at it. Alright. Let's clarify this unexpected income for Pisces. And we got the Justice card popping out like it's hot. Deceitful energy, huh? Something that didn't originally go in your favor. Somebody lied about something, and because of that, you're going to end up getting, this could be like lawsuit. Clarify great fortune. So you're walking away from, something you walked away from is returning back, hangman in reverse. It's coming back. Something you walked away from, and like that, there is some, it's past energy is what I'm definitely getting. To those that are experiencing like a divorce or anything like that, you are going to be getting a settlement. You are going to be getting some money out of this, like, but don't look at it as like it's wanting you to remember you know, good comes out of bad a lot more than we think. So, we're kind of just focused on like, yeah, I got money, but at what expense? I lost something in order to gain this. And you're kind of stuck in that energy. Not sure why you'd want to be. I mean, like, I get it. When we go through divorces, when we go through like emotional losses and things like that, it's tough. But, this person was a liar. This person didn't have good intentions towards you. So don't feel bad about taking the money. That's all I gotta say, Pisces. Don't feel bad about taking the money. All right, just do you, and take this as a point where you can start anew. Don't stay stuck in that old energy. You've got new energy. You've got the ability to move forward. So, you know, main female is your the final energy in this reading. So maybe it's the time for, the female Pisces to really man up, and be that strong female for the female Pisces. And then if there is male Pisces, or that masculine energy, there you might need to, consider a female. There might be a female that is involved in this situation that you are going to be drawing this, unexpected income or great fortune from. It could also mean the female in your life, like your wife or mother or sister or something, is the one going through this and you're going to have some part in it. All right, consider that as well. Alrighty, that is all 12 signs of the zodiac today. And I want to thank all of my amazing moderators for doing what they do and doing it amazingly every single week for me. I greatly appreciate that so, so much. And I appreciate every person that tunes in and listens to me flip cards and get frustrated with animals and life and everything else, and help me decipher these messages that are for all of you. And hopefully these messages come through loud and clear and help you determine a better course of action for yourselves, provide you with some clarity, provide you with some support and security in things that are coming forward in this very chaotic time in the world. Just remember that you have free will and you can change any part of these readings. You can literally go left instead of right. You can say yes instead of no and change the energy, because divination is all about energy cycles, and energy cycles change because energy is fluid. So keep that in mind. Also, please check for your individual sign readings for the month of August. Those are all up except for Pisces, which will be up today. We will be starting the bonus readings tonight and going into tomorrow. And what else? September 1st, September individual sign readings will be uploaded and ready to go, and for your viewing pleasure or listening pleasure. Usually it's every Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 p.m. Eastern is the all signs readings with the live chat for everybody to participate in and have a great time. And I love seeing you all there. It lets me know that what I'm doing is beneficial to somebody. Also, share this out if you liked your reading. And even if you didn't like your reading, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you'd like to see with the individual sign readings or even with the all signs readings. I'm always open for hearing what messages you guys want to know. If you guys have questions that maybe you want me to flip a few cards for in a future reading, I'd be happy to do that. Just make sure it's something that you're okay with hearing the readings over a live broadcast like this. So, if it's something too personal, then I probably wouldn't ask it, because if I have to answer it during a live stream, you may not want everybody to know that. So keep that in mind. What else? Please check out Chani's Unexplainable Adventures. She is somebody that I will be doing a lot more stuff with on her channel on occasions, with readings and things like that. She's got some pretty cool stuff coming forward, so you don't want to miss any of that. And she is in the chat, so please make sure you say hello, and please make sure that you go and subscribe to her. Also, please make sure you go and subscribe to the Paranormal Polynesian, because he is really awesome. And he checks out some really awesome locations. He's an amazing editor, very entertaining at that. And you love him. Like, how can you not? How can you not? Huge shout out to Miss Brandy Lynn, who always holds it down in almost everybody's live stream. She's an amazing moderator. She keeps us she keeps us in check. She keeps us accountable too. She lets us know when we're babbling and being dumb. Trust me, she does. And she's always making sure that she keeps the trolls out and everything. So huge shout out to Miss Brandy. Huge shout out to Miss Charmaine, who likewise is always in the chat keeping all the trolls out and everything like that and shouting everybody out. She's always shouting out and sharing all my videos. She is the best. And huge shout out to Exploring with Fluffy, who makes it a point to be in my chats even when he's falling asleep. And I think I've shouted out enough people today. I'll shout out more next week. And that should be it for today, guys. All right, I got some things to do. I got some home improvements to make, and I gotta go to Target. So, with that being said, I love you all. Stay classy, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.